fabulous feelers. If there's anybody else who isn't reading tonight who would like to participate by being a fabulous feeler, feel free to let us know. Maybe we can incorporate Johnny on a fabulous feeler trip. And that'd be radical. Oh, we have a very special guest tonight too. During the break, we're gonna have a comedy set by our very own Johnny Gray. That was also our bartender tonight, so that's gonna be radical, right? Super stoked. And we're gonna get this bugger rolling in just a minute. Gonna turn off some of this John Coltrane action and start off with our sacrificial poet. Oh, and who signed up for Asia? There you guys? She coming then? You're Asia? Oh shucks, I thought. Oh, I know another Asia. Cool. Radical. I believe it. So we put the sign-up sheet over here. If anybody wants to sign up, if you know anybody wants to sign up, feel free. That's going to be happening right there. And let's just get this part rolling. Big pro fade out. Like water. Gosh, I can't thank y'all enough for coming out to Kukuau Studio on a big, beautiful Friday, rainy, soggy-ish Friday night. Yeah, the weather doesn't seem to be able to make up its mind tonight, which is pretty par for the course around this joint, eh? Ah. Cool. Welcome to Kukuau Studio again, home of the Sunday night family time open mic with a host, Reality Ran. If you haven't made it to the open mic on Sundays, it's super fabulous. It's free for all ages, but it's not a free for all. Warming up the jokes. Already. Yeah, I know. I'll leave that to the professionals. Also, we have the Monday Night Jazz Jam. I'm sure many of you have been to the Monday Night Jazz Jam. Hey, gang. Good to see you guys. If you're reading some poetry, feel free to sign up right there. If you guys would like to team up on being a fabulous feeler, you're welcome to do that too. We got some fabulous feeler slots available. And I'm just going through the little bit of a shtick here tonight. Tomorrow night we got a comedy show going to be featuring our man Johnny Gray and a bunch of other fabulous comics. I think like.
I'm not going to be there. I got to go to a wedding. Sorry.
Is it your wedding?
It's a love party.
No, okay, well, that's cool. We'll have you tonight. So
yeah,
it's
like tomorrow night only. It's tonight.
Yeah, be radical. And then, oh yeah, next week, Thursday, we have Blackwater Railroad, and then on Saturday after that, we have a blues night with this band called Blue Tattoo. If anybody into blues and crazy guitar and harmonica, it's gonna be a shakedown. All of our events are from 6 to 9, and those Blackwater Railroad and Blue Tattoo are both $10 doors. Also, so we got these fabulous feelers. Are you guys want to be a fabulous feeler? You guys gonna read, or what are you guys gonna do? You know what you're gonna do?
Watch it.
Okay, do your thing. Do what you want. And we got, yeah, it's sweet. We got more poets and more listeners rolling in through the door. We have our sign-up sheet right there if you'd like to share some poetry. We also have the restroom straight back in case You have an emergency that way? That's great. And so, our fabulous feelers, we've got 5 fabulous feelers. Hopefully, by the time we start, we will. And what fabulous feelers do is they put a numeric um, quality to their emotional response of the poem. So you see how the poem that you just heard caused an emotional response, whether positive, crazy, negative, whatever, and you put that number down in a format like the Olympics, like 1.1 to 9.9 or even 10. And we take out the top score and the bottom score and add the 3 in the middle, and that is what tells us what poets will be reading in the second round. And so far, the way we have it right now, everybody's going to be going to the second round. So, but if we get, another 5, 6 poets sign up between now and then, which can happen during the first round, that might not happen. So that's the format. Oh yeah, and is this anybody's first poetry slam? Ooh, radical. So, we're going by the National Poetry Slam Society trip. How you guys doing? Welcome. If you guys would like to read your poems, we got some slots there on the sign-up sheet. Feel free to do so. But if not, just feel free to kick it and listen. Or you can be a fabulous feeler. But Elijah probably already talked to him about that, right? Did you? Oh man, Elijah, dude, you gotta get on this, bro. How about our fabulous doorman, our intern, Elijah? He's radical. Learn a lot, that kid. And so yeah, we like to keep the poems, 3 minutes or less. Original poetry only. And we have some fabulous prizes for our top 3 finalists. So that's going to be a barrel of dang monkeys. Let's see if I'm forgetting anything. Oh yeah.
What are the prizes?
Oh,
Or is that later?
oh yeah, I'll tell you about that later. We got some stuff from Papa Apalawa. I think I said that right. Did I say that right? Anybody know? Yeah, the bakery. Papa Apalawa. Shucks. You guys I thought I had it. Yeah, next time. I'll work it out. But we got a gift certificate for them. We also have some other fabulous prizes from the Bell Book and Candle around the corner. We like to support local businesses with this thing, and so we're having a lot of fun with that. And the Bell Book and Candle will be moving into the same building, but down to the corner of the building, and they're expanding. So that's super exciting. I'm happy for them. They're a great little business and friends of Kukuau Studio. And so we'll be doing some more stuff with them. Anything else? Oh yeah, that's about it. I love this Koki. This is one Koki that found the most sonorous spot in between these 2 buildings, where it's just his Koki call just echoes like crazy. And
it's hers.
Her Koki call.
Just the girls make the calls.
No.
Really? I thought it was both.
I thought it was the males.
It's the males.
Okay. I thought they both. I thought they were all going, I'm here, where are you? I'm here, where are you? I'm here, where are you? That's like their language.
It's the horny males for the mating.
The females don't make any racket? We used to have science cafes here, which were really fun. They were like mini TED Talks. And there was a Koki specialist guy here and learned a lot about that. And I don't remember him saying which gender was specific to the Koki call. I thought it was both, but I could be very, very wrong. Put him on speakerphone. Put him on the microphone. His name's Bill. Got his number on speed dial. Legend. And trying to think what else. I think that's it. I think I covered everything. Yeah. Gosh, we're stoked to have you guys here at the Fourth Friday Poetry Slam. Oh yeah, so we follow. This is the same format that the National Poetry Slam cats use. I used to be a regular at this poetry slam in Seattle that happened weekly, and gosh, there was a big old joint, and they only had enough room, and there was like 100 poets would show up, and they would only have enough room or time for 30 of them, and you'd go and sign up, pay your money, sign up, and put your name in a hat, and they draw out 30 poets from that, and so you might get a chance to read, you might not. Here, you're gonna get a chance to read. You might get a chance to read twice. You might get a chance, who knows? We might be able to go through 3 rounds if we're really cruising. But I don't think that's gonna happen today. We got a good amount of poets here. So let's get cruising right along. We'll get you warmed up with the sacrificial poet, and I went ahead and volunteered for that job. And this is a poem. This is brand new. I haven't read this yet. Oh yeah. Goes like this. Hey gang, glad you can make it. If you haven't had a chance to do so, sign up on the list. Alright, yeah, see, he's filling in. This is what happens. It's always very stressful at the beginning. Is there going to be enough people? Oh my god. Now we're doing it. Alright, yeah. So, here's a brand new poem. I just busted out. It goes like this. Linus! Where'd you go, man? I miss you, brother, and your wagoned procession, rattling high fives down wind odor, vessels fermented beyond consumption of aluminum and glass, sometimes crushed, sometimes spilling on the sidewalk. Where'd you go? Your route was predictable, weather permitting. Some days were too hot, many of them wet. You'd show up on Tuesday afternoons, digging around the joint. That's an old metronome, man. Tuesdays, guitar students probably relieved. Not sure why you call me on face poop. Complaining when I'm too busy to be framed in the screen when I ask you, what happened? You're so aloof. Blaming it on your mom as I write this ode when I should be writing a Valentine's Day set list. Ode to Linus. Miss that guy. Hey gang, glad you guys can make it. Right on. I think we got 1 or 2 more fabulous feeler slots if you guys want to participate that way. Also, plenty of room on the sign-up sheet if you want to share some poetry. We're going to get cruising right along since our first 3 slots were too scary. Put your name down. Poets are a very cautious bunch, usually. For most things, except when they put their words down and then it starts getting in your face and up your everything else. So let's go ahead and get this poetry slam started, huh? If you haven't had a chance to sign up yet, we're gonna feel free to do that, and we're gonna get this going. Where is Tosh? All right. First time Kukuau Studio stage poetry slam. Put your hands together. Tosh. All right.
relationship, please try to listen in and understand that love is war. Dropping your knees to the floor, begging her for more. Do you know what I mean? When you keep fighting for that happy ending, because it's something earned, not zealously wanted. Arguments are lesson learned, not to taunt with. Let me start with honesty, fuck modesty. Now communicate without taking a break. Starting to fill with frustrating rage. Just remember, love is hate, so never stop trying. And we can prove love isn't dying. Thank you.
Right on, sister. Okay, this is where our fabulous feelers rock. All right, got you, bro. And I'll shoot you a little. Go ahead and let me. Yeah. Oh, perfect. I'll shoot you a little wink when I catch your numbers. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. You got anybody else? Where's our? Oh yeah. If, yeah. And then I'll get Johnny's here in a second. Let's get this poetry slam rolling. Yeah. Next up, please put your hands together for your friend and mine. First time at the poetry slam, I believe. Put them together for Keaton.
Aloha, brothers and sisters. I labeled this poem Soulmate. I see me in you. Can you see me in you? Both wanting to be free, yet feeling trapped by the other. The walls go up, will they ever fall down? Is it possible to love someone so much, yet look them in the eyes with a hate that burns their soul? Is it real what you say to me, or are these just fun games for you to play? Can we forgive and move forward? I read start over every day, but it's starting to feel like game over. I've never felt so high, only to be thrown so low. Is this true love? I sure hope not. I know you see me in you. I see you in me. So please, babe, stop doing this to me. Can we break free together and tear these walls down and let the healing take a round? It's the worst feeling when you try your best, but your best is never good enough for your test. Now the truth comes out that you want something more because my love only made you sore. I don't know if you'll ever find someone quite like me. I know there's nobody quite like you. It's a sick feeling knowing that I never felt so free with someone, so alive, so young. It's a sick feeling because that person you were allowing me to discover and explore is now the person you turn your back to when I come to lay by your side. One of the greatest gifts you ever gave me was your acceptance of this hurting little boy. It's hard to come to grips with the pain he feels inside. But this, I do know, he'll always keep trying, and one day he'll be flying. And if he's ever hurting or crying, he will look back on that beautiful time where he saw you in him. Can you still see me in you?
Yeah, take your coat off. Stay a while.
Let's go. That brought up a lot of past emotions.
Making them heat. Ow. Whew. Only go, 1 decibel.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. My,
Yeah.
my math isn't all that great.
I hear you,
Alright, I want to do this. Dude, we're already cruising like a finely oiled machine. Also want to let you guys know that we are live streaming tonight, so if you have any friends that are freezing their tukuses off on the mainland, you can let them know, hey, we're cruising at the it's this poetry slam thing. You can catch it at kukuaustudio.com and see all these people in their shorts and slippers. That's where we gotta go. All right. Moving right along, we're gonna cruise up with our next poet. Were you here last month for the poetry slam? Oh, radical! First time ever at a poetry slam?
I went like a couple years ago once, but
Here?
yeah.
Oh, cool! Yeah. This next poet is also a fabulous comic. Hope you get to catch her action sometime. She's really, really stinking hilarious, and I'm excited to hear what she's got for us tonight. Please put your hands together for Evie.
Hi friends and strangers. Hope you're all having a good night. The Donor, a love poem. The woman at the hostel says that she is worried about her friend. It is 7 a.m. and she has been out looking for 2 hours. She says her friend is missing, that he usually hangs out by the ABC store on the corner, but this morning he's gone and she came all this way to see him. She says she's from Australia, and I marvel again at how people leave cool places like Australia to come to ordinary places like here. And then I remember that nowhere is cool and nowhere is ordinary. I am from here and she is from there. Her friend's name is Clyde, and he hasn't been doing well these past few years. He lives on the street, he is blind, and his mobility is poor. The war took his eyesight and his legs and gave him a bad temper. She says that he constantly abuses her when she helps him now, not like before. We were in love, she says, back when everything worked, and I still come to see him. She doesn't say that she's still in love, but she looks so worried, and that plays the same way to me in my bleary morning days. Later, in the cadaver lab, I hold a heart in my hands. It is rubbery and bloodless, like tan silly putty, and I stare into it like the face of an ugly stranger, transfixed. All of the metaphors I have ever known are gone. Nobody I have ever given my heart to actually has my heart, not like this. But someday someone just like me will stare it down in their gloved hands because I checked the organ donor box when I applied for my driver's license too. I cradle the skull close to my chest as I carry it across the lab. The coroner told me his name and I repeat it like a mantra as I walk. I can count the living people whose heads I have cradled like this on one hand, and I think of their names too. The walls of the afterlife are sepia colored because someone decided to paint them that way, and it smells like formaldehyde. I take off my gloves, and I imagine my hands stripped down to their tendons and veins, beautiful machine, as precise as electrical wiring, the people that they have touched and the actions they have brought forever out of reach. All of the metaphors I have ever known are gone. I give the man lying on the corner outside of Long's Drugs the remains of my dinner, meat that I pulled off of ribs that look just like the ones in my chest. I couldn't finish it. Given how much of the donor population comes directly from the street to the gurney, hard surfaces, I don't feel like I'm being kind. I'm only paying him back in advance, and it can't be enough. Imagine, for a moment, the intimacy of someone's hands between the skin of your face and the bones of your skull. After days or weeks of nobody touching you or looking you in the eye or even saying your name, if you knew, would it be a relief?
Welcome to Kukuau Studio, the land of free radicals. Yeah. Definitely got one sister. Alright. Thank you for sharing that. Stinking, I hope you have another one later on. Oh, good. Alright, next up, is this your first time at the Poetry Slam? Yeah, you raised your hand when I asked you that. Alright, please put your hands together for the other Asia.
Weirdly, that's not the first time I've been called Other Asia. It happens pretty frequently. happens quickly. You rush to press your lips to mine, dying of thirst and finding water tucked between tooth and tongue. You lap it up, tail wagging eagerly. I am just as eager, drinking you up, a dog in heat. Perhaps if we could postpone the puppy love long enough to realize that we're not meant to mate. Different creed or breed, maybe not even the same species. If I mention it now, would it be too late? Instinct kicks in when I smell you, outside in the moonlight, scratching at my door. Let's get into it, doggy style. Bite my neck, leave me panting, feed me lies. After it's over, I'll get back to wondering if every bitch ends up domesticated or left astray. Thank you.
Wow, that really fit the theme. The theme tonight is love and war. Wow. Radical. Man, you fabulous feelers are on the stinking point tonight. All right. This next poet, I think this next poet this is their first time at the. Is this your, Nicolette? Is this your first time at the poetry slam too? Yeah, it is. There you are. Please put your hands together for Nicolette.
I don't have a name for this. I guess, be like Unchained. Sounds good. Sorry. Okay, how's everyone doing? Okay. I'm running out of air, I'm running out of love, I'm running out of will to live. You take and take until you left me with nothing, or rather I gave and gave because I saw myself as nothing. I had no voice and no boundaries, but whose fault was that? I rolled and I packed and I smoked because I thought it brought me happiness. But all it did was numb me from the disappointment. I did everything for you because it was easier than doing anything for myself. Lovemaking was the only love I had for the taking. However, let's not disguise. All that was guilt, shame, and faking. Most days I felt I couldn't breathe from the hold you had on me. I was too medicated to clear my mind. I was too far gone, a way back I could not find. I couldn't remember the person I was before, or what true happiness actually felt like. I had no hope or faith. All I needed was the will to escape. I seek a love where commitment doesn't mean confinement. A love that gives and receives in perfect balance, where fidelity can feel like freedom. A love that does not question, but gives willingly without hesitation. A love that inspires each other in the world. A love where support doesn't lead the other off course, but rather guides in times of turbulence. A love that doesn't empty our cup, but fills each other's up. Faithfulness is not fiction and can exist without condition. A love without expectation that thrives on communication.
Definitely win the cool leather-bounded book award. Thank you, my dear. Yeah. Man, awesome. We're cruising right along. This next poet is a fabulous patron of Kukuau Studio. She cruises in here all the time she can get. It's just, I can't get enough of this lady. She's just super radical. Please put your hands together for Lizzie.
So many stories, so much fun. Time has passed, what's done is done. Future stories unsung yet, future friends unmet yet, future times unknown yet, future lands untraveled yet. Transition from what was to what will be, now is floating in between. Shedding the clutter of the past, making way for future days, holding on and letting go. Time has passed, what's done is done. My heart is full, my head content.
Know exactly how you feel. Yeah, love you, Grandma.
I do.
I know.
I love her so much.
I love her too.
I'm so fortunate to have a great grandson.
I know. All right. This next poet, we're working on some co-writing on some country tunes. She's got some crazy, crazy stories we're putting together and turning into like some trucking numbers and stuff. Super stoked about it. We're having fun. Please put your hands together for Carrie.
Good morning, good morning. Sorry. Long day of school, teaching. Up too late, getting ready for my students today. So this is quite different than the trucking country songs. And this actually was an experience that happened, well, a long, long time ago. Man of War. And I think it fits the theme. Man of War. Slight is the fear when entering the sea in darkness. Yet it lies serenely there, a primal sense of quiet undercurrent, murmuring, be vigilant. I follow him anyway, his lean bronze body. He will be my lover this first night, swimming into the rush of water. Our sleepless silhouettes fade into the Mediterranean, beyond the bracing metropolis of Tel Aviv. Sunrise hours away, his eyes, startling as the sea. Translucent, stealthily, it comes between us. Shimmering in blue violet, an unseen beauty, a burning embrace, described as the perfect pain, radiating its fire. Hurriedly we clamor, reaching for the shore, words in Hebrew, English, mixed in swift translation. Reeling from whip-like stings, trails of tentacles on my skin. In the morning I will retch from the poison, embarrassed in front of strangers. My head between my legs, and these scars of the man in war will remain my whole journey across this worn terrain of milk and honey, holy, holy relic. Vedic beauty, chiseled strife, sliced along the green line as barbed wire pressing close as flesh. Unmerciful is the sound of aching hearts, the whistling of missile shells, falling, falling, as whispered prayer. Locks of his brown hair, twisted in my fingers, my panting breath. We cannot comprehend each other's worlds, nor are we allies here on this night. A vacant strip of sand exposed, with the lapping dark sea, an empty cafe, empty chairs, silence, uncaptured, waiting for the light. We will be young lovers without fear. And you will remember me, and I will remember you, as lovers on this night, without fear. Thank you.
transports you, right? All of a sudden, we're in the Middle East. Cruising right alone. Can't remember. I think this next poet has shared some poetry here before, but I can't quite fully remember. Gosh, we've done this now. This is like our third or fourth year of poetry seasons. So we've done a lot of slams. We take a few months off during the summer, and so we do what, like 8, 9 slams a year, and so I'm trying to remember, but whatever. We do so many events here, it's hard for me to remember them all. Please put your hands together for our next poet, Ellie. That's you, baby girl. Cruise on down to the stage and now you're gonna rock it, I know you will. Give it up one more time for Ellie, everybody.
Hi everybody. I actually wrote this poem today. Going through a lot lately, so this is actually a track. I didn't name it though, but guess it just call it free. Okay. Light ignite, in dark we fight. All aligned with love, we sacrifice. In times of change, we rise despite the venom that calls, we are the light. Wounds of blood, a red respite, from wounds of soul that we alight. Balancing souls that can't ignite. Fly free despite the pain. Know that you'll eventually run out of rain. No matter the hurt within your heart, these days are special. They create our art. Within the darkest times we create the rainbows of love that resuscitate the spirit we were always meant to be, profoundly wild and effortlessly free.
Was this your first poetry slam? Second. Third? Okay. You guys are tag teaming on that so nicely. If I were a cat Sam, where would I be? Please put your hands together for Cat Sam. Is that your poet name?
Hi, Liz. Sam is me. Me is Cat Sam. Okay, I guess this would be like the remainder of love. I knew I was a fool, squandering my love for you. But resilience tastes so good when it's flooding the mouth. And the falsity, like most foods, does not show in color, but only by transformation in the body. So insanity left with you, my unnurtured soul wept with the moon, like a fiend without a fix.
You guys are awesome. Perfect. Yeah, right. All right. So we're gonna wrap up this first round here with your friend and mine. Put your hands together for Kukuau.
Hey guys, and gals, and dogs, and cats, and chickens, and birds, and frogs, and all those wonderful things that hang out around here. Yeah, I don't ever have names for these, so yeah, they just vibe with me, I guess. I woke up with dreams in my heart today. Kissed my lady on the head. Wait, no, not today. It's another day. Just, disclaimer. Woke up with my dreams in my heart today. Kissed my lady on the head. Stretched my legs without the bed. Dragged my flesh to prep a couple slices of bread. Looked out the window, saw a feline scratching at my doorway. Wonder where the day's going. Sun ain't really showing. Wind blowing, rain pouring, birds soaring. Lauren unplugged. I plugged in, indeed. Thought of equity, longevity, some better sides of energy preserving light in me. Down the hill and up the river Styx, roads and fern ropes, sits evergreen plateaus. Dawning the mystical, I've walked along forward. Back on the Hendrix, I catch myself on land, my hand extended to the cats who ran. Spears within my magnus speak of the tragic, we track magic with thoughts passing. Walks with dragon, nocturnal stars and scarlet passions. Havoc cracking, mortals crossing over the gate, and angels just lie in wait. A serpent might run us round a revolution. We'll say it's the same life, same fate, same day, same night, same fight, lost rights and lost lights, cruel lies and dead wise. Often the story writes demise, revelations and instigation. Often I lose my patience. I want to deconstruct my prison, handle business, cure my sickness. What's existence? This needs attention, chaos prevention, love and intentions, and move to ascension. Why so many hesitating? This life truly is what you make it. Soul's vacant, feels like I'm reshaping. Transformations underway, night of the sacred, forms forsaken. I'm in the attic, not in the basement. Above the mid, my guard is up. This life I chalk it up to higher love and faith impaired, the journey's above. Peace.
All right. That's me. I mean, looking out for that guy. He's got some shit on his stick, as my old man would say. That's my dad's figure of speech. I didn't make that up. You're like, ew. Shit on your stick? Oh man, this is gonna be graphic. It means, got a powerful sword. Do that. Well, this is the part of the evening. You guys are in for a treat. Oh my god, this is, improvisation is super fun, and I happen to be a professional improviser, which is probably one of the reasons why this Kukuau thing kind of was keeping together. But we got a really special radical treat here for you tonight. We're gonna have a little comedy set. You're gonna, Were you gonna plan on reading?
If there was room to read, maybe.
We were just about to
Let him read!
let him read. All right. We were just about to wrap up the first round, and that would have kept you from doing. Let's do it.
Alright, I'll read.
Remind me your name again, brother.
Willow.
Willow, yeah. Put your hands together for Willow.
I don't know if there was a theme. I never got it. It's okay. Alright. Hello. Surreptitiously wandering from Flame's fortress, spurred by a free fall, splat. After the rains passed, 600 candles burned bright on that old bridge, fast, an appetite like oblivion. Bicycle gears clicking, each flickering a memory of you. So warm our torrential fortnight, and like mercury I sank, red dwarfing into an apple, each seed a star wanting to eat other stars, peddling in love's poison, paddling out to sea, paddling out to be, paddling. The mouth of the river reminds me. Move on.
Willow in the nick of time. Glad you made it, brah.
Yeah.
All right. Feelers.
Right here. I'm a feeler. I got a feeler.
Yeah? You got a feeling. Where's Alright. We had just said I just saw a feeler walk out with the feeler card.
Here's the feeler.
Yeah?
Right here, I'm a feeler.
Okay.
He wants to slam.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'll speak.
Oh,
If y'all beautiful people could let me.
there you go. There you
Alright.
Alright. Alright. Sweet.
So here's the
So,
feeler, guys.
we got, oh yeah. Okay. So, here we go, gang. This poetry slam happens to be featuring, yeah, alright. We'll put a numeric trip on that and dial it in. So yeah, for our break between sets, I want I think yes, every poet who wants to read next, get your second poem ready. If you don't want to read next, and if you can work your way down, either let me know or just cross your name out on the list there. That would be yes.
Same order?
Yeah, we'll rock the same order. Yes. And let me know, and we'll get you off the list for the second round. But until then, smoke if you got 'em. I'll be your bartender for this little break. And please put your hands together for one of the funniest cats I know, Johnny Gray.
Hey! Well, that was really hyped up on being funny. But it's not really up to me whether anything I say is funny or not. It's up to you. You're the one that decides, not me. Yeah, it's a lot of comedy pressure on you to make this funny. So, good luck. This is a big night, a lot of excitement, but I don't know how much excitement is getting translated into the crowd. And all the scientific journals that I've read, all the guidance counselors that I've talked to, all the physics professors, they all know that if you're going to get a crowd super hyped up, you got to do at least 6 to 7 jump kicks, which I'm prepared to do. At least 6. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely get to 6. I don't know if I'll get to 7. That'll be all up to you and the hypeness that you give to me. So again, pressure goes back to you. Okay, here we go. Somebody count me off. Everybody, count me off. Thank you. Start me off high. Here we go. All right, I think that was a number. That was at least a number. If everybody starts whooping and clapping and getting crazy, I'll do. Yeah. Oh man. Y'all are getting me hyped up for jump kicks, which I just did. So, got that. And it's not a competition. It's not like this poetry thing. It's not like anybody else is competing in best jump kicks. But does anybody want to? Who said that? You would say that. You would want to compete in jump kicks. Hey, it's kind of strange we're doing an art competition tonight. Has anybody judged art competitively before? You've done that. You do it all the time. This is a big deal. It's a big month for it too. You know, you got the Grammys a few weeks ago, the big art competition of the music variety. There was the movie art competition, the Oscars, right? And then there was the art of catching balls and running the balls and tackling people with balls with the Super Bowl art competition that just happened not too long ago. Art competitions everywhere. It's great. We gotta figure out who's best art, right? We gotta get to the bottom of it. Who's got the best art? We gotta they need a prize. At least a Papa Loa gift certificate. That'll let them know who's got best art. They're flashing that around town. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. I got free bread because I'm so good at art. I like art. All right, I'll admit it. I like it. All right, anybody else? Art fans? What about sports fans? Anybody sports? Yeah. we got a guy. Even though I like art more than sports, I can admit that sports competitions are way more legit than art competitions. You know what I mean? What'd you say?
Sports is an artwork itself.
Yeah.
Plays.
It's very deep. Well, here's the thing with sports versus art competition. The sports competition, it's easy to tell who the winner is. Okay, it's whoever runs the American Ninja obstacle course the fastest, or whoever catches the biggest fish, or whoever rolls the ball in between the gutters and knocks down all the pins. It's easy to tell who wins. But with an art competition, it's a little more tricky because it's all about opinions. And you know what they say about opinions? They're like buttholes. Everybody's got one. And you're definitely going to be seeing our butthole here at Kukuau Studio, just like the old saying goes. Come on down to Kukuau, look at our buttholes.
That's a good butthole.
Is that on the slogan? Is that on the marquee yet?
That's a nice butthole.
So, here's my suggestion to all art competitions everywhere. Oscars, Grammys, Kukuau, the event we're at right now. It's not best art, it's our favorite art. That would make it more accurate. Because you can't have best art, right? You would have to survey every person in the world and read these poems to them, and then they'd be like, okay, I like this poem. And after you've surveyed everybody in the entire globe on these poems that we got right here, at this Kukuau. Then we have Best Art at Kukuau. But other than that, it's got to be our fave. And I'm going to stand firm on this point, and I'm going to keep talking about it for the next several minutes. Just kidding, I'm done with that point. Did anybody watch the Grammys? Anybody Grammy fans? I didn't either, but I heard about it. Here's what went down. You got the Grammys. They're always paying attention to music, right? They know all the best music. They've heard all the songs, and they've decided what's best art. All right, I'm back on best art again. Here we go. They're listening to the songs, and they're like, whoa, these are good notes. Okay, wow, look at these notes together. This has got to be the best song of the year. I should know. I'm a critic for the Grammys. And they were doing that. They do that with all the artists. And they only pay attention to music. But somehow, some way, they gave Billie Eilish Best New Artist Award. Which she's very good.
Who the fuck is Billie Eilish?
But here's the thing. She was out in 2017. Did they not pay attention to her album that came out in 2017? Is Grammys getting distracted? Do they have some part-time job that we don't know about? Are they working at Walgreens on the weekends and not paying attention to the music? If they did get a part-time job, maybe the Grammys should look into elderly care. You can take your Grammys to the Grammys. They can rock in some rocking chairs because it's comfortable and they're old. And it's nice. Sit out on the porch and rock. Keith Richards might be there. He's old. Mick Jagger.
What's your favorite song?
Sorry, this is not the question and answer portion of the program. That is at the end. I've only got 37 more minutes of talking about art competitions versus sport competitions. I do want to lay this on you. I did find a way to have a good time participating in the Oscars. Did anybody do the Oscars? Anybody watch them? I didn't either. But hey, here's a fun thing to do if you're ever doing that. You can print out a ballot from the Oscars and you can play along. You can choose what you think is going to win, and there's a couple different ways to do it, right? You can play with your brain and try to pick what you think the Oscars are going to pick, or you can play with your heart and pick your true favorite movies and hope that it aligns with what the Oscars are going to pick. Or you can play with your genitals. And that has nothing to do with the Oscars. That's just something you can do. It's just an option. I did make a bet on the Oscars back in 2013. I wanted to make it more interesting. I found this internet site where I could wage money on my fave movies, which my favorite movie of that year, American Hustle. Trying to do a little American Hustle, make some hustle happening. Try to put $20 on my fave movie, American Hustle, and when I clicked all the proper buttons on the website, the screen popped up, said, "Stop! If you live in one of the following countries, then this bet you're trying to make is illegal." And there United States was, right at the bottom of the list, right underneath North Korea, and so we can't do it here in America. Can't make that bet. If only we lived in a freer nation like Iran, we could have made that bet. Then we'd have to worry about the United States bombing us if we lived over there, though. So that's the downside of having that freedom. You might get bombed. There are some good ways to bet legally in this country, though. You can get on the stock market and make or lose a fortune in that casino, or you can gamble your money on a presidential candidate. Who knows what's going to happen with that? You know, just put your money on a candidate and then wait till November and see if you win or not. And I've done that. I've done that several times. And this time, I've done it so much in the past. This time, it's hard to care. I don't know if y'all care. Who's caring?
Karen.
Anybody caring?
Karen right here.
Okay. Well, good, because you probably know the options for betting. Then you can bet on that one person. Yeah, you bet on that one person that's going to be president, or the other person, or
Turd sandwich and giant douche.
there's the guy that's always on the news. It's already president that I forget his name. It's like Dougal Trimby, Double Dingle. Donis Davis. Demetrius Tringlis. I always get that name wrong.
He's got the DTs.
He's in the, yeah, there's a person. Anyway, that's an option. But I guess for me it's getting hard to care because I keep imagining this election like like you're picking somebody that's gonna choose your next movie that you're gonna watch on Netflix, and you might get these candidates that say they make all these promises like, yeah, I like the same romantic comedies as you. You're gonna be watching Annie Hall and The Wedding Singer. And I'm like, wow, this next 4 years is gonna be great. I'm gonna select this person to pick all my movies. And then they get the job, and you're watching goddamn Failure to Launch with Matthew McConaughey, and you're like, man, I got 4 years of this? Come on. Anyway,
Ding dong dang, man.
that's why I'm not caring that much. That's probably not a good reason, though. Elections. They're important. Some people say they're important. I don't know if anybody has any candidates that they would like to nominate right now. For me personally, I'll consider them. Anybody?
Jesse Ventura.
All right, we got Jesse Ventura. I will consider this. I'm going to take Jesse Ventura into consideration for my election power of one vote coming up in November. Get ready. Is anybody gonna vote? Raise your hand if you're a voter. Who is so everybody that didn't have their hand up, which was you and you. I'm curious because I might not vote either. I'm going back and forth on it. What are your reasons? Do you have any solid reasons? Or not solid? They don't have to be solid. I don't want to pressure you into having reasons or not. But if you do, I'm curious. Okay, I'll say that my reasons why I might not vote is that I don't want to encourage the system by paying attention to it. Is that a good reason? I don't know. Or paying taxes. Same thing.
Oh boy.
Same thing. And it's not like I'm a smart person. I'm not like, hey, this is a good thing I'm doing. Everybody should do this. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I don't know what's going on, and the stuff that I know what's going on, I don't like it.
What are you gonna do about it?
Not shit.
I know it.
Which is what I'm talking about.
You're just a talker.
I'm gonna sit back cross my arms, and pay attention. I guess it would be paying attention to the things that I think are worth paying attention to.
I like bitch about it.
Yeah, you can bitch. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm doing right now too, is bitching about it. So, the important thing is there's an election coming up, and some people mispronounce their R's and their L's. So for that purpose, there's an erection day coming up. And that's fun. That's one of the fun parts about life. And some people might be thinking, hey, don't make fun of Asian people. And I didn't say anything about Asian people, so you're the racist. If anybody is saying that, you're racist. Okay, now is the question and answer portion of the program. So anybody, if they got any questions?
Yes. I have a question, sir.
Okay. Is it this? Okay. Ready.
Are you ready?
Ready. To be received.
What is your general proposition upon us people here that you have to say now?
Wow, that was a very good question. I've never been asked a question quite so specific and quite so vague at the same time. Really found that fine line. I think the question is referring to why.
Why are you so angry but not so angry? Are your balls on the floor or in your sack?
Hey, I got a question.
Oh.
Yeah, anything to distract from this question.
Where do you buy your clothes? Every time I see you, you're wearing some like thing that I've never seen before. Like I admire that the orange on your shirt matches the orange on your shoes. I would never make that choice, but here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah, where do you shop?
Well, the question is about my clothes and where I'm getting them. And the answer is they come into my life. They just walk right in. This was given to me by a person that didn't want it. I found this shirt, one underneath. It was just sitting around.
What about the hat?
The hat was given to me by a friend that had several of these hats. And
Beautiful hat.
thank you.
Very Forever 21.
Yeah, well, if 21 is forever, then that's the time we're living in.
Proposition 21.
Proposition 21, is that a thing?
It is. I don't know what it is.
I don't either.
Something big California.
Have you ever been
So-
to the Guinness Book of World Records?
Have I been to it?
In it. In it.
I keep trying to get to it.
Where it is located?
I've never been in it, not to my knowledge. But if I was going to get in it, I'm pretty fast at running backwards. Pretty good parallel parker. I don't know if there's a way to maneuver in there. Yeah, the most fastest, best parallel parking there is. There's a lot of practice around Nila. What about? Let me redirect that question back to Bub. What would you like to be in the Guinness Book of World Records as? As Bub? Biggest dumbass. else? Clap your hand. Anybody else into free energy? Wow, everybody, yeah. Even people that aren't going to vote? You're going to vote. Okay. That's it, yeah, that's a good way to let them know. It's like, yeah, what's your name? Yeah, Israel. They're like, why didn't Israel vote? And they look into it deeper and they're like, this guy doesn't even want a president. His vote was a vote for no president. AI? Artificial intelligence president. If okay, yeah, go ahead.
Does that rain sound like clapping to you, or?
Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it, it could. Wow. Such an ovation. I guess I did real good with all that clapping that's going on. Guess I can feel real satisfied. And all that energy is just going to build right up into part 2 of this poetry slam. It ain't going to stop. Y'all probably thought there was not going to be any more jump kicks, but hey, look at this. There's another one. And that was easy. And we got Keaton, he's back. Thank God. Sequoia over here. He's here. Look, Bub's almost back to the stage. It's almost like it's part 2. It's like pre-part 2. Didn't you hear all that clapping though? Wow.
Did you do that drum joke?
No, I didn't do the drum
Oh,
joke.
he gets it every time.
Alright, next time there's going to be tons of drone jokes. But right now, coming to the stage is the proprietor of this place, organizational manager of fun. His name's Bub. He's right here. It's time for part 2 of this program.
Give it up one more time for Johnny Gray, everybody. Thanks, man. Dude, love that guy. I love comedy that makes your brain work. Definitely brain working between jump kicks. All right, ooh, we gotta, I think we have a poet who signed up unknowingly to be the sacrificial poet for the second round.
Oh, is that me?
Nope.
No. Good. Thank God. Wait, no, who am I thanking?
Sea Sky.
Thank you, Sky.
Where's Sea Sky?
Thank you.
All right. Here's some stair walking music. Sea Sky, everybody.
Two ninjas alike, searching for the same light. You are my mirror, my divine partner. I see beautiful aspects in you that you may not see in yourself. With our mirrors facing each other, we create a portal to heaven, a completion of two whole beings, coming together to create and manifest everything we desire and more. As we step into our higher selves, we witness one another growing in ways we never thought could be possible. For I feel that this love is not lust, but freedom and liberation, with vast openness and no limitations. Your eyes are an endless gateway of beautiful soul play. So let me take comfort in you, and you will not be drained, for we will practice equal amounts of energy exchange.
Right on. Yes, sister, come on. Was this your first time at the Poetry Slam?
Yes.
Wow, radical. Yeah. These guys signed up during the break and we like to, oh, cool, thank you, yes. We don't, cool. We're gonna keep this going with the second round, and I just wanna put a visual on all our fabulous feelers. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, do you have your 5? Got it, thank you. Radical. So let's get cruising with the second round. Gosh, I can't thank y'all enough for coming out of the Kukuau Studio's 4th Friday Poetry Slam. Super fun. You never know what you're gonna get, and it's the most real night in Hilo. I really think. I'm sticking to that. But so let's get started with this second round here with first time poet to the Poetry Slam here. She's just up here with her badass leather jacket, ready to kick somebody's ass. Put your hands together for Tosh.
No, I just borrowed this. Thank you, Meadow. Yeah, this is not titled. Yeah, and I'm gonna read it. Ow! Thanks. The owls come out, children of the night. They have no fright, eyes up to the stars, thinking let's travel to Mars. Feet on the move, stepping towards the groove, set by the mood of the moon. Late skies swimming with dreams of the sleep. Wolves snip up, whoa. Wolves sniff up to the feast. When there's nothing left to eat, they're starving. We're all starving. So fucking hungry for the next tasty thing. Why don't you taste my thing? Try it out before sunrise. Take a walk with me to the wild side. I promise to get you home safely. Before it's time to text good morning. Only time is running out. She wants to say goodbye. Stars fading out. I want to stay the night. The chickens are roosting. We can't do this. But gods, I love you so. And we'll go through this endlessly. To be briefly filled with your light. To the darkness that consumes my life. You are the heavens when it is always hell. I smoked one too many before this one. But thank you guys.
Yeah, you know, break time, you never know what's gonna happen. Alright, dude, we are rolling like a well-oiled machine.
Jungle Wolf.
Fortunately, there are no wolves in this jungle. Only poets. Like this next poet. Please put your hands together for Keaton.
Aloha, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna see if I can read my own handwriting tonight. I would label this one heartbreak or earthquake. Can't tell, but it's making my soul shake. Want to take a time out in my mind so I can feel the peace Just for a moment, that's all I ask. I don't mind. Can I control these thoughts, or do they control me? What if this tree has no roots? Will it ever grow up tall, or just stay small? Can I ever take flight? Sure, I'll hop in a spaceship if it will get me through tonight. Will I ever be able to free myself from the past? Jump out of that ship as it soars through stars into this moment that seems so vast? Land on this earth with my feet firmly planted as these roots descend deeper than I ever could have imagined. Of course, these thoughts don't control me. How could I be so blind and not let myself see? Everything I'm searching for is right inside of me.
Yeah, Keaton, man. Where'd you write that?
I wrote it outside in a garage port one afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
In Kukuau.
Mm. Hakalau. You got really good weed in Hakalau.
That's all I ever hear about Kukuau.
Just a conduit. This next poet, you know her as Miss Super Crazy Radical. Please put your hands together for Evie.
Ain't it funny how you never choose your own names? So, my house is kind of haunted, or my house is haunting me, or I am haunting my house. I don't know, I haven't figured it out yet, but this poem is about that.
Yeah.
It's night again, like every night. And Mrs. Fong is wandering around my new apartment. I would say that she is walking, but that's not how it sounds. More like a broken shamble, bad rhythm, twisted feet, and hiccuped lurch. Long fingers scraping the panels, gouging away the paint to reveal lead. The color she painted it, way back long ago, probably, or maybe it's just bamboo rubbing against window. The way I scratch at my own skin for nothing. Not even itchy, just idle and lonely to touch. She folds into the liquor cabinet when I open the door, creaking soft like the squeaky hinge. I keep my liquor in the fridge cause you don't like wake her up. She'll unfurl on the carpet like gaping jaw, like drunken belch, taking up space that, though I rent, I will never own. I leave dishes in the sink, sometimes for days. I hope the smell of rot makes her feel at home. I dream of box cutter fingers, peeling skin away like pod of snow peas to get protein I have locked away in me, jealously guarded, all I have. I wake up to blood sunrise on the sheets, something for the ants to eat. Another month normal, and I hope she isn't jealous? In the bathroom, the faucet leaks, enough to drown her, to drown me, to drown us both, and ruin the ugly carpet. Thank God for the drain.
Right? It was reminding me of growing up. We lived in this old house, and there's a notorious ghost who lived there. Her name was Dottie, and she tucked us in at night. My parents would come up. We'd be asleep in bed, and we'd be all tucked in, all mummified, like you. No way you could do that yourself, you know. Serious?
That's scary.
Yeah.
Who else lived in
Lots
that
of
house?
stories. Yeah, lots of stories. I love ghost poetry. So, everybody, let's put our hands together for Asia.
Thank you. Thanks for sticking around. This one is about an experience I had a couple years ago now. It's called Falling. Spoiler alert. In the fever of early morning, I climbed out onto an old pier, slick from salted current. The majesty of sea enticed me further and further from shore. I climbed until I could go no further. The supports had completely fallen through, and only a solitary board stood between the ocean and I. I thought about the person who had placed it there. Did he climb that board balancing between water and wind, between life and death, just to reach the other side? I thought I might do so as well, but as I placed one foot on the board and it creaked to greet me, I lost my nerve. Instead, I watched the waves crash under me, whitewash overtaking the rocks, which shone so brightly in soft sunlight, and I thought about what would happen if I fell in. The lion sea roaring would have swallowed me whole. I snapped my mind out of the depths. But as I turned my attention back to the vast open horizon before me, I turned to see a friend, a good friend of mine, far off in the distance, so far and away, and she waved calmly, as calm as the sea, not the sea below me, but a calm sea. I waved back and she walked away till I could not see her anymore. I hummed a tune, my own tune, and made up some words about falling in. The lyrics came as easily as the tides rushing inland, flowing out from between my teeth. Then I decided that I had seen enough, that these feet were in need of solid ground. I climbed back the way I came, over supports, the bones, what was left over from a decomposed pier, its life taken long ago by the ocean beneath it. The rabid sea ripped into it, leaving only a skeleton to walk on. It must have envied my flesh as I scraped against it carefully, so close to shore. I climbed once more, over a bone, a beam, and placed my foot down gingerly. Perhaps I should have looked at where I planted my foot, because as I pulled the rest of my flesh over the beam, I seemed to have lost my footing and I fell. I fell and I hit a rock. Between water and wind, water won, it winded me, and my vision of the horizon of bones and whitewash, it all darkened for just a moment, and my teeth hurt from colliding with rock. The rock must have envied my flesh, for it ripped into me, the rabid sea, trying to expose my skeleton and take my teeth away. This moment was just how I pictured it moments before, and my song from earlier was given new meaning. I snapped my mind out of the depths, snapped my bones back into action, and I yelled in pain and disbelief as I swam a few feet back to shore and climbed back up the rocks and out of the sea's claws, the lion sea, the rabid sea, and I laid myself out and waited to get my breath back and for my teeth to stop hurting. And I thanked the Lord for my bones and for my mind and for my teeth and even for the sea, the calm sea. Even though I'm not particularly religious, I thanked someone and I'm still thankful.
So happy to keep me moving. Dude, we were right there with you, sister. Right.
so lucky to receive God's trust. Was it a gamble or my greatness? He wouldn't put anything before me that I could not handle. I was crushed into this circumstance because he cares. Expansion does not come from an easy life. Evolution does not come from expectation. You're cheating yourself living life in your comfort zone. The unknown is where miracles unravel. He believes in me that I can turn broken into beautiful. He never wanted me to think he was done with me. He wanted me to awaken by acknowledging my strength. Compassion does not come without experience. You must know your essence to reach enlightenment. Maybe truth comes through trauma, or maybe trauma comes from ignoring our truth.
How'd you break your leg? You got hit by a car while you were walking? While you were on your moped? So happy to see you on the mend, Lydia. Yeah. Scary, Mohari. Did he like T-bone you or something? Or, oh my goodness. Ah. Ah. Oh. I love this. She crossed her name off, and then she put her name back. It's like, oh, I can't decide. Everybody, please give a big warm welcome back up to the stage, Lizzie.
Concert at Red Rock's gonna be fine. We got there in lots of time. Looked at flowers, a fast one. Brushed a cactus when I was done. What do I do? What do I do? I got cactus in my coo. I can feel it. Ooh, ooh. Sis can see them. Sis can laugh. Sis can take a photograph. We needed tweezers, needed fast. Mr. Stylist equips in a flash. Restroom now, up goes the dress. Pluck, pluck, sis does the rest. Now all is fine, the day goes on. Caught our concert right on time.
Who's playing?
Police.
Nice. That's worth it. I still have a warrant for my arrest in George, Washington. And there's a county called George in Washington with a gorge. I was trying to sneak into it. No, I wasn't really trying. I had a fake pass. Trying to sneak into a Dave Matthews concert that night. That was not as cool as the police. I think they still have the warrant there, but I ain't going back. That could be a country song. Speaking of country songs, let me introduce to you this fabulous teacher. Put your hands together for Carrie.
All right. Good evening instead. No, I just chilling. Landed exiles. Things appear and vanish here. Searing, surreal. Furrowed mountains merciless. time and terrain, shale and limestone. Soil and sand is made of language, lyrics and verse, embedded in stone, bound and ossified. Salt lies on the tongue, naked honesty in the day's zenith. Shadows shrink to a tendril. A shadow is a coveted thing, even a slender one, but they too vanish quickly. One must keep moving as Bedouins. The hourglass turns. There are appointed places to go. In the journey, there is also waiting, mile after mile of sameness. Change is longed for, the nocturnal landscape anticipated, the encroaching shroud of night, rise of the thinnest crest of moon, every star captivating, like eyes of a beautiful woman. The desert, she is an enchanter, conjuring. She is a sword piercing in this belly of woe. This is a place of dreams, riddle, and prophecy, scrawled on cavern walls in the deepest ravine. Who kindles a fire in the night? Hush, listen. Things will be revealed. Below the surface, feel the rush of water, fluent with memory. Turn your sight to the heights of the mountains. Be vigilant. The people of the desert say, here in the silence, God's voice speaks louder than almost any place on earth.
It's one of the things I love about poetry. It's like imagery. You know, it's like you're running through a forest. And sometimes it smacks you in the head. Sometimes it lays you down on a sweet, soft pillow. And sometimes you step on a rake, right? Some asshole left a rake in the forest. Alright, gang. You guys ready for this next radical poet? Please put your hands together for Ellie! Oh, nice costume change.
Okay, I just wrote this outside on the stairs. Because I always somehow manage to forget we have a second round. But, okay. I guess I'm going to call this poem We Rise. Ripped apart within my heart, what keeps me alive is my art. The full descent into love's resent. Through the pain, my fear descends. My eyes grow wide, the darkness inside rises in size through the lies. My soul teeth grow, a lion inside, aligned with my crazy. I smile through lies. Through the fire, my soul wings fly. Within the heat, I rise in size. Turn to the sun, I see your eyes. I know your soul, I sense your vibes. For once in my life, my fear it hides, and now I'm ready for love we rise. Thank you.
Next month we have a prop slam, and costume changes like that might be very apropos. Yeah.
What's the theme?
Madness. I have a couple of prop slam poems I like to do, and they're very offensive. I like it. So, cruising right along in the poetry slam. Please put your hands together for Get Sam!
so cool that you can do that. Like, you sound like a trumpet. Like, you're a trumpet. So, I was thinking, like, we should toast to everyone here because there's so many wonderful people here with talent, and then everybody just came to support with love. So, toast to that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Chug.
Yes,
Chug.
Melissa.
Finish
Chug.
the bar. Chug. Finish it all. Finish it. Yeah. Woo!
There's a rock at the bottom, so I have to be careful at the end.
It's healthy.
It's good for you. It's cool rock. It's called Chungite. Check it out. Okay. So.
Change my life.
I see someone.
I don't name my poems. Yeah. So I don't have a name for this, but drink more water and take deeper breaths. I love the depths of soul. Under closed folds where sense, color refraction, and uncomfortable truths lie. I love the lengths of the lost and unknown, the familiarity of unfamiliar. I love the floating knowledge that drips and crystallizes into dreams of forgotten but not faraway places. I love the unfolding scandal of the mind tumbling with the heart, and the body that gets to feel both the pleasure and the pain. The enticing rhythm and harmony created, then destroyed, goes noticed by all and nothing. The black light that shines when nothing seems real, the fall after the climb, the break after the fix, the stem after the leaf, the cry after the calm. The injustices of balance that bring solitude to the weathered and trouble to the floaters. I love the breaks in between the madness, and I love the wicked. For as out, as in, so above, so below.
Seeing you more and more around Kukuau, my dear. I'm so happy to have you part of the community. Oh, I'm sorry. Harley, I didn't catch that. Alright, thanks, man. We got him. Willow, be for me. This cat snuck in at the very last end of the first round and waited, made it to the slammeroonie. Willow, weep for me. Bend your branches down along the stream that runs to the sea. Put your hands together for Willow.
That was a good approximation. That looks about right. Nice job, man. In your voice, I hear your summers and springs, the aching autumns and waning winters, brief eternity still melting from St. Elmo's fire. Bright blues make way through violet hues, peering into love's nebula. The rich red clay we found together, flipping through our bodies' pages. In your open skies, I found a quiet radiance. Our discussions, a delicacy savored from pillows and clouds. And we'd unbutton our way back to earth. And like windborne seeds, we'd unbutton our way back to earth. Perched between your lips, my heart would take flight with every word. Each syllable smushed together with little bits of twigs and leaves and grass. It was in this nest I foolishly dreamed of forever. Love is this poetic thing, sparkling evanescently. Its undertow so frightening in that ephemeral hour. And now every star a bar in that never-ending blues night sky.
That's how Jack would have said it. But never ending blues night sky. Speaking of blues, we're going to be having some blues next week here at Kukuau Studio on Saturday night. It's going to be the first Saturday of next month. And it's going to be, the band's called Blue Tattoo. And there's some local blues legends. It's going to be super fabulous. So, here we are, wrapping up this poetry slam with our last poet of the night. Please put your hands together for Kukuau and Noni. Oh, yeah!
Alright. What's up, guys? Alright, so before I get this one started, I'm from a place called Rose City. It's a bit, it's a little rough around the edges. You got Rose got the thorns, right? So, but there's a lot of gang culture where I'm from, and so this is kind of like reminiscent of that in some ways. Hey bro, where you from? What you know, do you smoke, do you drink? Where you been, what you seen, how you live? You got a bitch, you ain't shit, you a trip. You a this, you a that. How come you rapping, what's your kick? I've been speaking irrelevance as I honor my relatives. Soul kin, nothing is higher than breaking the seal I'm stepping in. I read too many manuscripts, now I've been looking at the world all different. Oh Lord, help I need, but do I deserve it? It's been some years since I've been in service. Spear rusting head first in the dirt, zephyrin blooms on the pommel like a torch, mind of war and a god of love. Oh Lord, help I need, but do I deserve it? Elegant torment, okay, I'm born here, so I work it. It's just some elbow grease and thick skin. Play a war wolf, order to pen, force it to win in a hymn. Rip out the issue with an eagle's grit, mighty to clan, move swift with gratitude and patience. That's a basic. I can't understand why so many hating when all we doing is participating with creation. Crew ain't wasting time in the heaven's basement, facing it. And honestly, often at times, I don't want to share my light. I ain't selfish, just too many souls ain't right. Yeah, grandma told me, boy, hold on to your light. Too many selfish, son, it's a shame, but these souls ain't right. Holding the torch up high for my kin, I want you to see what's life. Long before my white hairs, I've been given the sight. I swear on everything, man. People don't really want to heal themselves. I breach with finesse, we manifest, break down a revival text. Sitting with Smith, cast your ballot. Spell your whispers through your script. The world is sick, remain defended. It's a bitch to try and live how you wish. A goddess wields my heart, sending creations through connections with the infinite. Universal waters fertilizing ether on a whim. Laws of attraction, I've been ascending, define my wisdom. Focus, I can't be choking. Line of sight on the wind, I've been blessed with a fool's fortune. Sightings of the grand scale of life, rarely broken. Collect my tokens, I'm invested to create a silky opus. Leaves it as we wrote it. Thank you.
You gotta come on time. You'll catch everybody on the first round and the first round stuff. That'd be radical. Super radical. Okay. Cool. So we have fabulous prizes. Did you know we had fabulous prizes? Yeah. We do. We have fabulous prizes for our fabulous finalists. And I'm ready to rock them. You guys ready to rock? When I call your name, yeah. First of all, give it up for all our radical fans. Oh my goodness. Feeling good, feeling good. Make sure you let your friends know that we live stream this bugger. And if you haven't had a chance to do so, check us out on Facebook and YouTube and Patreon and Instagram, all that stuff. We're doing all that stuff, trying to do everything we can on a shoestring budget. So feel free to donate when you can too, and that'd be super radical. All right, so you guys ready? Let's come on up, these poets. Please come on up. Auntie Lizzie, come on up. Your friend and mine, Ellie. And in some more formal poetry slams than this next poem might have been disqualified for this, but we're not that formal. So please put your hands together for Kukuau. Staying with us and staying on it and being so awesome. I'm going to take a quick picture here. Oh yeah, here we go. Picture time. One, two, three. Woo! Yeah! Thank you guys so much for coming out to Kukuau Studio's 4th Friday Poetry Slam. Thank you. Yeah, please keep coming out. Tell your friends. We got all your feelers with with your dry erase boards. Feel free to just leave them on any surface, either the bar, the table, or this table, or whatever. You're great. And you guys are welcome to hang out as long as you like. If you can help us be extra upon our neighbors by not hanging out in the street, that'd be super fabulous. And gosh, thanks again for coming out, huh? Oh well, we're right. We just got under the radar for that. All right, and give it up one more time for Johnny Gray, Johnny Gray, our fabulous comic. Dude, that was radical, man. Thank you so much, dude. Oh, rad, I'm gonna turn that off.